If you are currently sitting there with your credit card out, about to drop over $1,000 on the Galaxy Tab S10 Ultra or even the latest M4 iPad Pro, I need you to stop right now. Put the card away. Because what Samsung is cooking up for late 2026 isn't just a tablet upgrade. It is looking like a complete reimagining of what a portable computer can be. We are talking about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S12 Ultra, and if the latest supply chain leaks from Korea are even half true, this device is going to make your current laptop look like a relic from the Stone Age. Welcome back to TechVibe, where we filter out the noise and bring you the raw, unfiltered future of tech. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, you know what to do. Let's get into the beast that is the S12 Ultra. First, we have to address the elephant in the room, or rather, the notch in the room. For generations, Samsung has held on to that polarizing camera notch on the Ultra series. It was necessary for those wide-angle lenses, sure, but in 2026, it is officially unacceptable. The biggest design leak we have for the Tab S12 Ultra is the move to a true, under-display dual-camera system. We have seen this tech mature on the Galaxy Fold series, but the S12 Ultra is rumored to be the first to utilize Samsung's Gen 3 under-display technology, which allegedly makes the sensors completely invisible to the naked eye while retaining 4K video clarity. Imagine a massive, uninterrupted 14.6-inch canvas of pure glass. No cutouts. No distractions. Just pure pixels. Speaking of pixels, let's talk about the display, because this is where Samsung usually humiliates the competition. The rumors point to a new Tandem OLED panel. If that sounds familiar, it's because Apple used similar tech recently, but Samsung is the one who manufactures these screens. The S12 Ultra is expected to push peak brightness to a staggering 3000 nits. Why does that matter? It means for the first time, you can actually edit video or watch HDR content in direct sunlight without squinting. We are also hearing whispers of a variable refresh rate that doesn't just top out at 120 Hz, but potentially hits 144 Hz for gaming, making this the largest, most responsive mobile gaming monitor on the planet. But a pretty screen is useless if the engine can't keep up. The Tab S12 Ultra is rumored to skip the marginal upgrades and jump straight to the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, or potentially a custom for Galaxy variant that is overclocked to the moon. Early Geekbench simulations suggest this chip will not just rival the Apple M-series chips but could actually surpass them in multi-core efficiency. We are talking about desktop-class rendering, seamless 8K video editing, and running AAA games with ray tracing enabled. To support this, the base model RAM is expected to jump to 16 GB, with a ridiculous 24 GB option for the 1 TB and 2 TB storage configurations. This isn't just specs for the sake of specs, this is Samsung future-proofing this device for the next 5 years of AI advancements. And that brings us to the software, which is the make or break for any Android tablet. Samsung knows that hardware has never been the problem, it's the operating system. Leaks suggest the S12 Ultra will launch with One UI 8.1, featuring a completely overhauled Neural DeX. Unlike the current DeX, which is just a desktop skin on top of Android, Neural DeX is rumored to leverage on-device AI to simulate a true desktop environment. We are talking about legitimate window management that remembers your workflow, better file system access, and supposedly, full driver support for professional accessories. The goal here is simple: Samsung wants to kill the Windows laptop for the creative professional. If they can pull this off, the S12 Ultra becomes the only computer 90% of people will ever need. Let's talk build quality. The current Ultra tablets are thin, but they are also massive slabs of metal that can be heavy to hold. The S12 Ultra is expected to adopt a Grade 5 titanium chassis. This does two things: it drops the weight significantly, making it easier to hold for long reading or drawing sessions, and it increases structural rigidity. No more worries about your tablet bending in a packed backpack. It is a premium material for a premium price tag, but it screams luxury. Battery life is another area receiving a massive injection of tech. with the chassis becoming more efficient. Samsung is rumored to be fitting a slightly larger battery, pushing past the 11,500 mAh mark. But the real news is the charging speed. We have been stuck on 45 watts for what feels like a decade. The S12 Ultra is rumored to finally support 80-watt or potentially 100-watt wired charging. Imagine topping up this massive battery from 0 to 50% in just 20 minutes before you run out the door. That changes the way you use the device entirely. Now, let's discuss the S Pen. It is iconic, it is free in the box, unlike the Apple Pencil, and it is getting an upgrade. The S Pen Pro 2 is rumored to feature haptic feedback that simulates different paper textures. Writing on glass has always felt slippery, but with micro vibrations, the pen could trick your brain into feeling the resistance of sketching on heavy cardstock or writing on a notepad. It's a subtle feature, but for digital artists, it is an absolute game changer. Of course, we have to talk about the price. This is not going to be a budget device. With the switch to titanium, Tandem OLED, and the latest silicon, industry analysts are expecting a price hike. The base model could start north of $1,300 in the US market. That is expensive, yes, but you have to look at the value proposition. You are getting a top-tier monitor, a high-end drawing tablet, a gaming console, and a laptop replacement all in one slab of titanium. When you do the math, it starts to look less like a splurge and more like a smart investment. So, the big question remains, is the iPad Pro in trouble? For years, Apple has held the crown simply because of its app ecosystem. But as hardware gaps close and Samsung's software gets smarter, the wall is crumbling. The Galaxy Tab S12 Ultra looks aggressive. It looks hungry. And it looks like it's finally ready to take the crown. We want to hear from you. Are you Team Samsung or Team Apple? And what is the one feature that would convince you to ditch your laptop for the S12 Ultra? Let us know in the comments down below, we read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you hit that like button so we can keep funding these leaks, and subscribe to TechVibe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.